So are you ready to start the lesson?
Yes.
Yep. Okay, let me show you the agenda for today. So first is the timing. In case if you have forgotten what time we finish, what time we start, it's for all sessions. Now the agenda is you have asked last lesson about the two-part questions, how to write them. Will it be in the exam? What's the structure of this? What kind of questions may come up here? We will discuss. And of course, I will give examples for this one, ready example of a student, and we will discuss that example. Is it good? Is it bad? What can be added? What can be removed? And lastly, we will finish with use of English. We will work with the book and of course with the past papers also. Is it clear for first session's plan? Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will we have inter-house questions?
Inter-house questions? Yes, speaking third session.
Okay,
I remember. You're welcome. Our main topic will be how to identify two-part questions, even though when you see the types of task twos, even though we have covered lots of them, you still do not see the difference between discussion, between two-part question, between cause and effect, because there you have mostly where you have to discuss both sides. So we will learn how to identify two questions. The same applies for task 2 for IELTS and for live stream, it's the same. And we will look at the structure of two-part questions. So after that, you will have a homework, two-part question essays, and we will see, did you get it or not? So how to identify part 2 when you have two parts in one question? Do you have any ideas how to identify? What are the ways to identify when you have this two-part question?
There are two questions.
Yes.
There are two questions. Yes,
Different.
simple, easy.
Simple.
Yes, simply you have two questions in one task. Okay, does it mean that you have to answer to both of them, or you can leave out one question?
No,
Both
both.
of them.
No, we should answer it. Both
It's a must. It's a must that you have to address both questions. Okay, and then do you have to answer them equally or not?
If I'm not mistaken,
Equally.
then the first question goes to B1 and the second question goes to B2.
So they are separate. They are not related. So that's why you must address them separately, and both of them must be equally strong. So you shouldn't be giving one argument in the first paragraph and two arguments in second. No, they are two different. They are marked separately, so both of them should be equally strong. They may come in this form. For example, they may talk about certain topic, and they may say how important it is. For example, the usage of computers or Zoom classes. How important are they? And second, they may ask, do you agree or not? So do you agree or not will go to the B2, and how the importance of this computer will be as B1. The topic will stay the same, but the question will be significantly different. So that's why do not confuse them. Do not feel like, okay, I have answered to one of them, so second one might be just left out over there. And here, are you allowed to give your opinion?
If it is asking, yes. But if it's not asking, no.
Two-part questions, they're opinion essays, but they are not directly asking you to give your opinion. So you can just avoid it in introduction. As I have seen when we wrote once two-part questions, you were confused about how to write introduction, how to structure your introduction, and it was all messed up. So today I have come up with the structure that suits you the most. And there, you shouldn't give your opinion introduction. You can leave it out for the conclusion part. So the introduction will be just pure paraphrase of the introduction part. So it will be more easier for you to structure your essays. So this was the essay that you wrote. Do you remember?
Yes.
In education and
Yeah.
employment, some people work harder than others. So it was the essay that most of you got a low mark. The lowest for you, let's say. If you haven't written an essay for this one, please do read right now the topic. So since you have two questions in one essay, it means that that's how it should look like. It's a simple basic structure. I will go into details in next slide. So it will go like introduction, first question, second question, and conclusion. Please do not change the places. Please do not go off topic. You must be addressing the task directly. Do not go, let's say, if it's about computer classes, then do not pick the exact audience. For example, teenagers or adults or everyone, always, never. Like, do not generalize the topic. Please specify as it's in the task. Do not add anything from yourself extra because you are not giving background information for the introduction. It's a clear B1 and B2. So here you must be addressing to the task as it is written over there. Now let's go into details. So this is the introduction structure for you. First, you have to rewrite the question as a paraphrase for your introductions. Two-part questions, they seem easier for you to paraphrase because you have two questions over there, also something about the topic itself. However, it doesn't mean that you can just change the places order. For example, first question goes to second, second to first, and the topic itself goes to last. No, it's not a paraphrase. Paraphrase when you change the real words over there to the best alternatives. You change the tense. You can play with the tense, and or you can replace the verb to noun or something to show to the examiner that, yeah, I'm working. Yes, I know this word. Here you have to show off. It's a good opportunity for you to start off your essay and to show the examiner that you understand the task. You have a good lexical resource, and of course you have a good grammar. So here it's important, especially in two-part questions. And next you have to outline the essay, what this essay will do. Here you can either answer to question in introduction, like if it's asking you, is it a positive development or is negative development, then you have to answer to question in the introduction part. However, if you find it hard, you can just paraphrase the question itself, not as, for example, not to the rhetorical question, but the topic itself, and then to answer to the question in conclusion part. So that would be also good for you, and you can get your high scores still. It's your first question from the task, and that's how it should be structured. Usually, how many sentences do you have in task 2 essays in one paragraph?
50 words.
Now, how many sentences?
7, I think.
4 or 5.
5.
Yeah, 4,
Really?
5. Yeah, that's enough. Because you have topic sentence, you have explanation, example, support, concluding sentence. So this adds up to 4 or 5 sentences. That's enough for you. If you write 7, 8 sentences, that means you will exceed the word limit. Your one paragraph will be more than 100 words, and that's not suitable.
Ms. Malik, I want to ask
Yep.
about the introduction. For example, we
Yeah.
have two different questions and how in introduction connect them.
I will show the example in next slide.
Okay.
Yeah, I have prepared example essays. Okay, so first question. It should be 4 or 5 sentences. It's a must here in two-part questions because as you have to answer to 2 questions, your essay will exceed the word limit, that's for sure. So it can be up to 300 words, maybe even more. So that's why keep the paragraphs of 4 or 5 sentences because they will be longer. As you have to not only explain, but you have to also show the consequence. So first sentence would be about the topic sentence. This will introduce the first question. What kind of first question? From the task, right? You don't just
Yes.
take the question itself, copy paste as you did last time. You have to paraphrase it. Don't paraphrase and propose as a rhetorical question. Paraphrase it fully and introduce it as a topic. Then plus add your argument. Then it goes explanation, details, why this argument matters, why this argument is relevant here. After it gives you the result, this is where you have to answer to the question. This is the main part, and this sentence should be not a simple, it should be complex or compound where you have to give the details more. And last one, you can give the example. Example should be, of course, academic. Here you can exclude the concluding sentence because you have the result over here plus explanation. So it will take you a lot of words to write. So that's why here you can exclude the concluding sentence and make everything clear within this 4 or 5 sentences according to the structure. The second question will follow the same structure. Nothing will change, but your points and arguments will be changed only. Okay, the conclusion part. Conclusion should state the summary. What does mean summary?
Краткое. Overall.
Overall.
Изложение.
Overall of what?
Of your essay.
Of my essay, of my ideas?
Yes. Of
Yep.
your two main ideas.
Like
Exactly.
of main part.
Paraphrased version of your arguments. Yeah, that can be also an
Yes.
option. A summary, as far as I understood from your essays, everyone understands summary differently. Summary is not have you paraphrase whole your essay and put it into conclusion. Summary is just your points. You just take down your point and put it in a conclusion. You just change some words. So here, conclusion, it will wrap out everything and make one clear conclusion. It's like end of your speech. While you speak at the end, you wrap everything up and tell everything in short. So that's your conclusion here, but you have to also state your opinion, because in two-part questions, the second question always will be about the opinion. They will talk about whether you agree or disagree, or do you think that's a positive development or that's a negative development. So it's an opinion. So here you have to state your opinion and explain why you think so. And here, do not state any new arguments about why you think so. Please take the arguments from the essay, from the second paragraph, and state them as the reasons of your opinion, like why you think so.
Why from the second paragraph?
This is the second one.
I know you said that we have to pick explanation.
Arguments. Yeah, because first question will be, for example, they will talk about, the question will be like, how important is computer or in education? This is your, here you state the arguments in the conclusion part. Then the second question will be about whether you agree that computers are important or not. Or do you think that's a positive development or that's a negative development? So now they're asking your opinion. So that's why you have to restate your opinion in the conclusion and take the arguments from the B2, because B2 is the opinion part.
Okay.
So that's why you have to take from B2. Here is the structure for task 2 of part 2 question. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You will have a homework for this essay topic, and you have to follow the structure like identical. It should be identical. Do not try to exclude the result. Do not try to exclude the example as you always do. Everything must be here. If there's a 4 criteria, then you have to have 4 sentences. So now that's your question. Please read. For this one, we will have an example. Okay, so first question is what here?
Effect from
Effect from
technology.
technology to relationship.
How
It's
they
asking in what ways? Yes, in what ways has affected.
How-
But the second question is asking, has this become a positive effect or negative? So now they're asking for your opinion. Not directly, but that's where you have to give your opinion in the second paragraph. Okay, so in what ways do you think the technology has affected?
Negatively.
First question, in what ways?
With
difference.
games, with, for example, chatting,
Inter-
with
addictive,
take information, false information.
Okay, now we find information faster. It saves time. Okay, what are the ways? So because of technology, addicted to device?
Being an addictive device.
Okay, yes, that's true. So we are stuck with these gadgets, with those gizmos. And does it mean that we have more acquaintances and less friends?
Yes.
Less
So that's an acquaintance.
знакомые.
Yes, the people you know on the internet, you know that they exist, you know their lives, but you're not friends with them. Okay, do you think that it's all a positive effect or negative effect?
Negative.
Positive.
Negative.
Positive.
Positive. Okay, now here, the students write what? When they talk about in what ways this technology has affected, they tell the good things, like good ways of action, that it's helping, this all stuff. But when it comes to the second paragraph, is it a positive or negative development? They choose the other side. So it's illogical for you. So please follow the structure beforehand, plan your essays, and make sure that your B1 and B2 has the same logic. Do not talk about the process in the first one, tell that the effect is good, but in the second paragraph, tell that it's all negative development, because it means you are contradicting to your own self, so that's not suitable. Now let's look at the example essay, and I think then you will get. Okay, so the model essay has divided, like it's in bold, red, blue, green, oranges. They are highlighted for you to see the clear difference between the sentences.
Mm.
Is it visible for you, or do you want me to share it on Zoom?
No,
Visible.
visible?
Yes.
Okay. So topic sentences are in bold, explanations and details are in red, examples are in blue, results are in green, and opinions are in orange.
Can't read this, please. Stop writing.
Okay, let's start with introduction. Can you read the introduction, please?
Yes.
Have read.
Okay. When you look at this introduction, do you see the paraphrase of the task itself? Is it a good paraphrase?
Yes.
No.
No.
Why not? What
Yes.
you don't like here?
From these days, there can be a lot of words.
Give answer in the introduction.
Pick it up from the task.
Okay, not wording, but the paraphrase itself. For example,
It's
the
okay.
replacement of the keywords. Are they okay?
Yes.
Yes, they are okay.
Academic
But
words.
it's only 29 words.
Yes.
Would you add something else here?
Yes.
Of course.
What would you add?
The second question.
I wouldn't.
He didn't paraphrase the second question.
But I
There are
think
several ways in which
Rephrase, but it's poor.
he's answering all both questions in one way, in one sentence.
in one sentence. Okay, several ways over here. Then say that's negatively affected.
Mhm.
Okay. Now look at paragraph 1. As you can see in paragraph 1, there is no orange. So it means no opinion is here. As the first question didn't ask for your opinion.
Miss Malika,
Yes.
can we add both sides? I mean, in what ways, if the task asks, can we add both positive side and negative effect? I mean,
Would be better if to stick to one.
Only one.
If to stick to one would be better.
mhm.
Finished.
Finished?
Miss Malika, should we
Yes.
give only one positive effect, or we can include two, or it will exceed the limit of words?
What do you think? How many we have here? How many arguments been stated here in the first paragraph?
One argument.
One.
One.
One
Second, less to face,
What
less
about
face to
this
face
one?
interaction.
It's concluding
Yes.
sentence.
Okay, let's look at the first one. Technology has greatly impacted relationships. Is the good topic sentence?
No.
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Because
Yes, it's good.
I didn't understand. It's saying that it's greatly impacted, but Isn't it an answer to the second question?
No, the greatly impacted means there is a huge
Okay.
great, like they're not saying that's a good thing, they're saying that it had a significant change. Okay, one of the major ways is that nowadays people have more acquaintances and fewer close friends. It would be better if the student combined first and second sentence together and made it shorter. But now it looks like you can pass with this essay. But if you have a chance, then I would advise you to combine. And after that, we have an example. For example, many people may have hundreds and thousands of friends on social media websites like Facebook, as it's easy to connect through these websites. Is it a good example?
No, it's a weak one.
Why? Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Others, Sevinç, Narziva, Amina, Ikramjon, Ranohan, what do you think? It's a good example or not? Why so silent? You can speak. Okay, first, Facebook, giving example in the form of example, Facebook, is that okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
Facebook is famous and
Example is suitable. First, Facebook is well known, and the statement that is given, that's a true, that's a fact, and everyone knows it. It's not exaggerating, so it's a suitable. Next one, thus technology has led to face-to-face interaction between people. What does the sentence state?
Result.
Summary.
What's the purpose? What is the purpose of green one? Green is result. It's stating the result, and that's perfect. You are not just giving the example, but you are completing your example by giving the consequence also, the result. Okay, next one is using social media sites has become an integral part of the lives of many people these days, and connecting with others has become so much easier as a result of such sites. Most people spend more time online chatting with their friends than actually meeting them face to face.
Actually, sentences can be separating in two sentences. The second one could be supporting sentences. No, result.
Why?
What
You want to say that it can be a result?
as
This
a
part.
result, yeah, it could be separately.
Okay. Make sure to avoid such long sentences, because the idea over here, what's the idea of this sentence?
That technology has led to less face-to-face.
Yes, that now we prefer to have let's say chatting online is more convenient, right? Even now, if I call you or message you, like you would prefer which one, calling or messaging? Of course, messaging. That's easier. You can rethink your answers. You can reconsider everything. That's more convenient for you than calling. Yes, having conversation or meeting face to face, that is not preferred by a lot of people. And the point over here is quite, I have to say, it's small and can be proposed in a smaller sentence. Now the person is just going around the bush, trying to add more words and failing it. And of course, the sentence could have been divided into two, and giving one clear idea, then giving the result as it happened over here previously. Is thus here as a result. Yeah, I think this could be breaking into two. Now paragraph 2. Now we have I believe as a topic sentence.
Miss Malika, is it allowed to give opinion in the second paragraph?
Yes, because second paragraph must be opinion.
Second question asked your opinion. But this statement is could be paraphrased. As soon as you finish, let me know.
Finished.
Finished?
Finished.
Yeah.
Finished.
Okay. Again, I believe that above changes have been negative. So here, I would suggest to the student to combine the argument and topic sentence into one. There is no need to have two sentences separate, and look at the word count. It's 124 words. It's like your task one, almost.
And I think that the person should add in the topic sentences the linking word.
Yep. Okay, now the next one. Studies have shown that many people need a real face-to-face interaction if they want to remain emotionally healthy, and the lack of such communication has made many people become lonely and even depressed.
Realistic fact, yes.
It seems like argument.
It's similar argument.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Consequently, many people who use technology to communicate with others are gradually losing important social skills. What is missing from this sentence?
It's missing that as a result, we must show that how people can feel they're lonely and how can how can technology make them depressed.
Yeah. Look, here the point was loneliness, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's
And here it's almost stating the same thing again. And here they're saying it's losing social skills. So it would be better if to combine if to make this sentence shorter and to make here the social skills, for example, what kind of social skills they are using, like such as, or this
That
sentence
people
seems,
become closed.
yeah, this sentence seems incomplete. And this one is repetitive.
Miss Malika, there are
Yes.
two arguments, right? In this, like two, arguments in this
No,
paragraph,
actually
right?
one argument.
One?
Yes. But student is doing this one.
It's kind of confusing.
It's confusing because they are mixing up. It's just one argument. As the question here in one task, there's two questions. That's why it's longer and it's little confusing.
So these days it is very common is the it's the first.
It's giving
argument,
explanation.
right? It's related
Yes.
to the
Yeah. It's giving explanation here. What about the
last
part after
sentence
the
is
result?
actually quite good.
Yeah. What about the previous one? These days, it's very common for people to communicate and express themselves using emoticons or other forms of expression that are common online.
Yeah, it's suitable
Yeah,
because
it's really
both sentences are connected and they're not off topic. like
Yeah.
that. However, it is connected to the previous one.
The explanation and examples that's been given in this paragraph, they are the examples, they are understandable by everyone because that's what you all experience. So there's no need to give facts, statistics, numbers, because that's the truth. It's general and understandable. But the word count is quite a lot. Now the conclusion. To sum up, people have fewer close friends and have less direct contact with people due to technology. That is restatement of which paragraph?
I think it's new.
It's restated.
It's restated. You are not allowed to give any new points over here.
Yeah.
It's restatement. Fewer friends was mentioned in the first paragraph. Now, look, it's saying this development is negative as it's easier. By as, the student is doing what?
Explain.
Explaining, yes, giving the further explanation.
Good example.
Yeah. As you can see, the conclusion is much bigger compared to the introduction because here it's giving what?
Explanation.
Explanation. Not just stating the general point, but also giving the further explanation. So that's why it's longer.
Is it good giving explanation in conclusion?
Yes, because when it's an opinion essay, it doesn't ask your opinion directly. For example, give your opinion or use your experience, life experience to answer this question. No, it doesn't. However, it's asking you, has this become positive or negative effect? So it means that you have to decide by yourself. Do you think it's a positive or negative? So thus it's your opinion. So that's why in the second paragraph, you are allowed to give your opinion. And in the conclusion part, why you have to restate a thesis statement? The point of restatement is that you don't just state, you don't just give the empty statement, you agree or not, but you also explain by using the arguments that you have given in your body paragraphs to make your point stronger, to make your point more convincible. So the reader will think, okay, that is true. I believe I'm convinced. And as soon as you convince the examiner, that means you wrote a good essay. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now I will show you more example questions and we will decide which one will go as a homework. Is it visible for you?
Yes.
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 Miss Malika, how many words must we write for this task?
For all the tasks choose, you have to write 250 words for all of them. You can exceed a little bit, but for example, 23 words plus, that's okay.
These questions will go as a homework too?
No, I will show more questions and you will have a choice.
Only one?
Okay.
Yeah, one of them will go as a homework.
Okay.
This one is
Okay.
interesting.
Interesting.
First paragraph is gonna about why could this be? Yeah, explanation.
Yes, why could this be? Have to give explanation. So why do you think that people prefer watching foreign films? What's the reason behind?
Maybe the local film are, for example, the type of local film, it's quite same, or just about horror film or something like that.
It's more
But
compared to
foreign film are more interesting and entertainment. It have more money for doing for it film. That's why the foreign film is more interactive.
Okay, you mean that quality is higher, it's better.
Yeah.
I
maybe
think people
the countries here.
Maybe because of people who who writes, короче, люди, которые снимают зарубежные фильмы, они учились в хороших местах, там в специальных университетах для этого, а допустим, в этом государстве нету таких университетов, либо там училищ, поэтому люди не могут снимать так же хорошо фильмы, как в других странах.
Okay, let's see. People living in America. I'm sure their films are quite good. The quality is nice, but they still watch other films like Spanish, Turkish.
I think
The quality is
they
good.
are
What?
no, it is like your home,
You don't
your
actually
country who are live with you with same country.
Maybe
Much more. It's not interesting because it's face always similar. Film is gonna be bored or similar faces. I think.
Okay,
maybe
similar phrases.
because of lots of people in local countries see films like that, it's maybe bored for that people, and he want to see more interesting, more different film.
Okay.
Or
So
it's well known that people do not appreciate what they have, and they wanted to take something else, and possible they has already have a good film, and they want to something new. What they
okay.
do not have.
If to summarize all of your points, the real thing you're saying is that wars are boring. It's too the same similar faces.
Yes.
Not
Because
all
they know
films, but
In foreign
Most
films,
prepare country here in this system.
you know, in
in
fact,
foreign films, have
watching
good idea.
other foreign countries' films is interesting, like learning other countries' language. It's
Yes.
like culture
Okay,
or language is it's just interesting, and so people interested in like psychological side. It's
Maybe
not selecting.
watching foreign films is one of the way learning the foreign language.
Yes. So first point, you learn foreign language, you learn the culture, and Valeria is saying that it's all stereotype. That you think that the foreign films are better compared to your own one. It doesn't matter. And she's stating the statement, someone's grass is greener. So when you look at their ones, it seems better. So the points that you are saying, they are suitable, but do you have better ones? Like other students, what do you think? Diana, Sadek, Rashida, Samandar? Yeah.
Maybe they know what it will be in the film from one side. I mean, from the first minute.
Okay, expected.
In other words, I don't
they know
like
what happens.
foreign films.
But in
Do you watch Uzbek films?
No.
I watch.
Maybe for example, some foreign films make a preview for people to know what about will be film and
trailer. Okay.
Yes, trailer, and for people, and they say a lot of advertisement about that film, and that's why people say more for it film.
Because many people see foreign films and they advise to other, and people take an interest in them, and in foreign films
They're more
more advertised, better look.
They are more innovative.
Innovative, yes. So I think these arguments will be enough for you to write one paragraph, maximum 100 words.
But
I think
most
it's enough.
foreign films are not appropriate for our country, for our culture.
Age, for your age, for your mentality. So don't watch, just never watch TV.
Yeah.
And
We
use
have no time.
your internet only for Zoom classes.
And Telegram.
Yes, and for Instagram.
No. Okay, now next question. Should governments give more financial support to local film industry? Do you think that local industry should also grow?
Yes.
Yes. Why it should grow? What kind of advantage does it bring to the country or to the people?
Make a university for film studying.
It doesn't say what it should do. It says should government give more finance. So why it should give this help? Why this industry should grow? What's the first reason?
Because people most of all pay
will-
attention on the quality, and if the government will like invest more money, then people will take at least a little interest in their own films.
Why we should take interest? What's the advantage? What
Because
Like,
film
if the
watcher,
government-
because it has effect on people's mind.
Okay, yes, that's good.
People's mind, yes, and their idea is affected, influences in every humankind. So that's why every government should support more financial side, because it
They have
can
real situations.
Maybe when
not
when
as
government gives a lot of money for film, its film be more interactive for people from others country. It will be
You're
more
not telling the key word. Just watching is not enough. It should give profit. It should bring the profit. As Azamat was saying, that it will develop the tourism also. For example, before we never used to watch Spanish films, right? And some TV show or something that came up that you watched and you liked it, and now it's promoted. Now everyone knows. You don't just know about the existence of the country, but you're always interested in the culture, in the people, in the language. So it brings the benefit, not just benefit that, okay, people watch and that's it. No, it gives financial benefit also. Your country will grow the better sides from better angle. So that's why it's plus for you. And also, as Lola was saying, it may change the mind of people. So as you were saying that the foreign films are not appropriate enough for us to watch for some certain countries, and that our country can make a film that the good quality and that's suitable to our mentality. And also the films are the way to control people. We follow what we see. We imitate what we see. So that's a good thing for the country to develop and attract people. Now the next question.
Can I say something?
Yes, of course.
I don't think that governments should support financially, because
that's great.
The film companies should support themselves. They have their own money. So I think that government should spend this money to other spheres.
That is a good one. Actually, what spheres? I was waiting for such point. What sphere?
Healthcare.
Medicine. Great. What's the next
Economy
point?
progress.
Economy progress.
Poverty
So when we have more burning issue over there, the film industry can wait.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good point. Next question. Success is often measured in wealth and material belongings. Does wealth measure success? What makes a successful person? So does wealth measure success?
Good topic, really.
Not always.
Somehow, yes.
Not.
No, not every time.
Success general, it's not only belonging. It can be success in something which you have to.
In what thing?
You want to aim.
In what things we can see this success?
Science.
When you look at person. In education.
Exams,
Yes.
example.
Yes, in education.
Okay, how smart the person is, yes. If the person is educated enough, then yes, you see that person is successful. Okay, what else makes the person successful? When you look at the person, you feel like, okay, I want to be like that person. So what kind of
character?
No.
When we educate, we can know this people is clever, or he only support from him parents.
Maybe when people make the dream come true, and we can see that how they task, how they did it, how they make knowledge, how they hard working. So we can say that they're successful.
But if we see one person who is smart, it doesn't mean that he's successful.
Yes, Miss Monica, you know, some people say that who earn a lot of money, who is wealthy, and like they say like that, who are smarter. It isn't means a successful person. If you have a lot of money, if you really professional person in your life, though you are not healthy, you don't have you are not healthy, it doesn't mean like it's example, you don't have you know, you're not health, your all money or your all education cannot help you.
That's
it's not
true.
success.
But I think it's not related a little bit because
No, I mean, not every moment, not wealthy depends on our success. Successful is not just being professional education, only education, or only which is related to money. It's not success. Success is according general life experiences.
So you think
Okay.
that successful people do not get, let's say, do not become ill?
Look, I think we have misunderstanding here. About the healthiness, if you're healthy, it doesn't mean that you're successful. Let's say it means you look after yourself. And if you make this point in your essay, that will be weak. But the point about the character habits and the personality that you have, that's a good point. When you show from your actions how, for example, let's take males, when they are gentle, when they use the gestures, when they mannerly talk or communicate, the social skills are good. These factors, these tiny things, can all add up and make the person successful, because that person is that's also can have this education point. That person is educated. This can be an argument. You can include it, but about the health, that's not. But family, if you have a good family, children, that's also can mean that you're a successful person. But do we have people who go for the belongings? That when you have this money, when you have this belongings, you're a
I
successful
think
person.
it doesn't matter your material belonging or not. It's if you have a good character or a strong character, you will be well educated, and if you have, for example, money, you can spend that money for your higher education, for example, have a more knowledge, learn another language, maybe to find other friends and become more successful, more famous.
Yes. So it means when you are smart, it means you should know how to use your knowledge. You should know how to sell your knowledge. You should know how to use it. It means it all reflects on your, let's say, financial status, as it's here, material
I
belongings.
think that
Do we have more points?
success can be measured in money, because money does not come by itself.
Yeah.
It
And
comes if you work hard,
are,
struggle. So, but if you don't struggle, so I mean, you can lose it in a moment.
Exactly. It doesn't just come by itself from the air. It means you know how to make this money. So your hard work, it doesn't mean that you just sit and work only and you get nothing in exchange. You work and you know how to make the money and have to make yourself pleased out of what you work.
Maybe if you have material wealth, it means that when you was a little girl, for example, you have a big knowledge, and you make wealth materials for you when you study and work hard after that.
Okay, I hope you will be able to make a point in your essays. Yes, Camila?
Actually, I want to ask about, for example, if I state that we could call the successful person which contribute to something useful to people. For example, the person created the machine or created the something for health. It could be.
Yes.
No?
I think she means that.
I just wanted to ask,
success
now that it's a strange idea, but that contributes to something
To the human
when you
being.
benefit to human being, yes, that can be a success also. Yes, it means you don't only work for yourself, but you made something that can be useful for others also. Yeah, inventions, yep, suitable. But now the next
Merci,
question.
Palavinku.
What makes a successful person? What you should do to be
How
cool?
how they contribute to the human being. It's the good point.
Yeah. Second point.
We should
Working hard.
treat good to people, and
That's
we
similar to the first
can't show disrespected.
When you are well mannered.
To find the second half.
To find the second half. Sagdulaev has to always mention about his girlfriend in the lesson.
So
Maybe
I think the sum of all of the all goodness, family, money, good job, and авторитет. Как это?
Your status.
Yes.
Yeah, this all can add up to making you a good
To
person.
be a professional person.
Professional person.
Like,
okay, make sure that now you have stated more than 2 points for both of these questions, but when you do write, please write maximum 2, maybe even 1, in order to elaborate it well, because here you don't just need to give an example, but also the result, what kind of result it can have, what kind of consequences may arise after this one. So that's why please have 1 or 2 arguments, not 3, not 4, and please make sure that your arguments are not similar. As Asadbek was saying, that they're contributing to the human beings, and next point was being a good person and helping others. So these are quite similar, so don't make a separate point out of it, but make a support. Now, third question. Finished reading?
yes.
Yep. Okay. So, is all information online is reliable or not?
No,
not reliable.
because
Internet has
Everybody can.
just the people, and people can be false.
Okay, what's the first reason why we cannot trust the internet?
Because most of the information is consisted of yellow journalism, which tries to shade as much as they can an individual. So most of the information can be isn't true. So it's not like worth it to trust all the information.
Yeah. Anyone can make a post. So even if you're not professional. For example, I'm not a doctor, but I can open a website and I know how to. You can just create and I write over there about my own opinion about coronavirus. And there are people who believe in it. People are naive. People are they believe in whatever they see if it looks nice.
Yeah, because
and it
most
looks
of the
something that they
information
want
is
to
deceitful.
Yeah.
Because some people put information for amaze others.
For example, when we read the information about other people, for example, the stars, some people can hate the stars and make the false information for for other people make hate too.
Why this statements, sometimes the statement is true remotely, but it's been exaggerated. People want to take an attention they want to attract your attention, so that's why they're exaggerated, they lie. So
they will earn from us.
Yeah, they earn money out of it. Okay, now second question. What could be done to control information online? What kind of things? Okay, who can control this online information? The government or people?
Government.
Okay.
Officials of social medias like Instagram and Facebook.
Okay. What kind of websites are trustworthy? Do you know how to differentiate legal sites and the ones that have been posted by fans? Do you know?
I don't know.
The more popular the site is, the more you can trust it.
Do you know how the name of the website, and after it comes .com, .uz,
Yeah.
and something.
Yes.
So if it ends with or .rg, org, it means it's legal. You can trust it. And there are 5, 6 of them that are popular. And if you read something out of those websites, the sources are reliable. You can believe in them. But it's something that ends with com and Wikipedia, they are not trustworthy. And people should be educated how to differentiate the proper information and the ones that are lies over there. So, and
So-
of course, yep.
So if the website is legal, here in the, for example, in every news, there will be the source where they
Yes.
find.
Yeah, references.
news.
Yeah, at the end, you can have the references. So people should be educated how to differentiate. So when you go to live stream, Westminster live stream, you will be taught how to differentiate the proper sources out of these posts that have been posted by unprofessionals. They will teach you how to reference, how to differentiate, how to be more clever. So you will learn all how.
And I think
Yep.
government announce penalty for those who put
Spread
false.
lies.
Yes.
Do we have this one actually in Uzbekistan, that we are punished for
Yes,
false information?
Some
We
people
do.
make
Yeah.
false information
It's a
about
restriction of
coronavirus
bloggers.
for others make a panic, so the government makes them штрафы
Yes.
удалять.
Yeah, you have to pay the fees if that's a full information. And then we believe in information that has been stated by have to say more popular people, celebrities, bloggers. Their words, we accept them as is true, and we believe in them. So that's why the government should put restrictions, or the government should educate people how to differentiate the sources. So don't leave anywhere yet. Was it clear me talking about the headphones and earphones?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So I hope in the next session, in the second session with Ms. Medina, it will be more comfortable without this old noise
you.
that's coming. And your homeworks will be sent to your channels, those 3 questions. And I will send the Word document also with the example essay for you to see, but don't copy from there, and do not write the essay for the exact topic. Choose the next 3 questions and write your own ones, okay?